hi, Internet. Hello, world. Hopefully you can hear me out there right now. Hi, I'm gonna keep waving. I'm gonna keep on waving. Hey, hello? It's Sunday. What's going on? Why are you streaming? Well, Internet, since you asked. Because yesterday was New Year's. New Year's Eve? New Year's Eve is the first day of the year. New Year's? I should know this. I'm 31? 31. I'm 31. I should know this by now. Sam says be louder. I can't be louder, but I could be louder. But I'm going to turn my mic up instead because that's just easier. So I'll be right back with that. Okay. Hopefully, this is now a bit louder. Yeah, so yesterday was the New Year's Eve or whatever the fuck. And so, no stream yesterday. Because I was also tired and I had to edit a whole bunch of stuff because we're doing all our end of the year stuff. And it's a lot to edit. It's a lot to edit in a very short amount of time. Because I was dying the whole thing. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. So, yeah, I'm going to stream Chapter 2 today. And if Chapter 2 is real short, then I'll stream Chapter 3 as well. Just depends, I guess. So, I'm going to click this other button, and hopefully it doesn't break, because I was testing it earlier, and it was going to break a whole bunch. So, let's see. All right. That's weird. But you click the part in between the things as well. Is that I'll restart. No. Alright. Chapter 2. Limits and Demonstrations. This fucking armchair. You guys hear that? These fucking arms on this goddamn chair. Wish they had a lock on them. It's the worst. Oh. I'm in a museum now. And I'm a different person again. Okay. Limits and Demonstrations. A Lulu Chamberlain retrospective. Marking the first major public showcase of her work in over 20 years, this retrospective exhibition of work by pioneering installation artist Lulu Chamberlain comprises a diagonal slice through time, place, and form. The pieces on display here were individually debuted over a period of 35 years, designed in Chamberlain's various homes and studios between her beloved Mexico City and her native Elizabethtown. They represent a range of scale and impact, from the intimate warmth of vertex texture fetch to the infamous visage, the latter of which requires a vertical clearance of over 30 feet. Yet these works share a confounding legacy. In each of their debut exhibitions, they were nearly impossible to install. Galleries and museums balked at the scale, power requirements, and highly skilled labor involved in maintaining these works for display. Some of their debuts collapsed under the weight of logistics, only to be successfully executed much later. And so, just as they described the outer limits of Chamberlain's range as an installation artist, the geographical edges and vertices of her itinerant? What the fuck? Why are they just throwing words out now? Itinerant home life, and the beginning and end of distinguished career. The works on display here also trace the extremes of our capabilities and the frontiers of our patience as both viewers and exhibitors. Are we capable of viewing these works as they were meant to be viewed? Do we even want to be? Great question. I almost ran out of patience reading that. Oh, that's what this is going to be though, huh? That's a computer. Tile card, spinning coins, suspended, correcting for angular motion, 1976, pure materials. image? The image on the screen? Or the whole thing? On the screen. That coin? Or yeah, the whole thing. The microphone radio. That flickering coin. On the screen, that coin. Which is that one? I've been looking at the coin too, but I can't really tell what kind of coin it is. My uncle used to collect coins. Did I tell you that? He was crazy for them. Really obsessed. This coin actually doesn't look real. I think it's plastic. I feel really drawn to it, but it just makes me nervous. The game is much louder than me. How about now? Is the game less louder than me? There we go. Hopefully that's better. Okay, great. Sam says much better. And also that this game goes in weird directions. I believe it. This game seems really fucking weird so far. Vertex texture fetch. 3. Television and suspended cathode ray tube. 1968. Found materials. Bob, this seems like your kind of thing. Oh, yeah. I love this one. So domestic, but so weird. Guess I'm just really into weird domestic these days. Yeah. Same, Bob. Same. I'm super into weird domestic. And that's just a mummy being wrapped up. Visage, 1984. Unknown media. What is that made of? It's a mystery. Looks like ribbon? Bandages? Oh, have you seen The Invisible Man? It's slice a visage to build a visage. A puzzle to its owner. What? It's a poem I read. I think it was written by a computer. Sounds like it. Hey, good evening, Zavoon. Happy New Year. Happy no longer New Year's Eve. Overdubbed Nam-June Pike installation in the style of Edward Packard, 1965, 1973, 1980, magnetic tape, handheld tape playback head, speaker system, voice of the artist, computer synthesized speech. Oh, I heard about this one. It's interactive. How does it work? It's a bunch of old tape, and you run this tape playback head along it, and just listen to the recordings, I guess. Oh, that was Ben. Imagine that was in a not as deep voice. Let's try it out. I think you start in the middle. As Bob drags the playback head along the tape, a woman's voice issues unsteadily from the speakers. We start in the middle. Donald and Joseph are in the hallway. I am in an office. The walls are lined with filing cabinets. A few drawers hang open. The door is ajar. A massive computer looms in the corner. There are some punched cards on the floor. Synthetic voice recording, spliced awkwardly into the tape, lists out options in monotone. To examine cards, rotate 30 degrees and advance 7 inches. To leave room, rotate 17 degrees and advance 4 inches. To activate computer, rotate 200 degrees and advance 15 inches. I'm going to examine the cards. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. Encoded in the holes punched through these cards is a first draft of the poetic subsystem. I can't read punch cards by sight. Donald can, I think. Anyway, this version was pretty underwhelming. To leave room, rotate 17 degrees and advance 4 inches. To activate computer, rotate 200 degrees, advance 15 inches. Activate computer. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. Let me get a sip of orange drink here. Ah. So orange, so drink. So loud, I love it. I'm holding 2 punched cards. On one of them, Joseph has scribbled a note, Caves. The other is blank. To insert Caves card, rotate 11 degrees and advance 2 inches. To insert blank card, rotate 95 degrees and advance 14 inches. caves. Saffoon says, oh my god, that reminds me of an old Goosebumps book where it was like, if you choose option, turn to page 13. If you choose option, turn to page 32. Yeah, choose your own adventure books. Fucking love choose your own adventure books. They were great. I read so many of those as a kid. We're on a dirt trail in the park. Or, well, it's not really a trail. It's a trail. It's more like a tendency. There tend to be fewer plants here on the path we've been walking. Now, we're walking at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to mossy rock as the ground sinks into darkness. Joseph and Donald are following a rope down into the cave. They have computer equipment tied to their backs. So do I. To enter the cave, rotate 60 degrees left and advance 4 inches. It's the only choice? Yeah, that's the end of that one. So 65 degrees, 4 inches. That's the last trip. So everything's down here now. The final resting place. Don't be so morbid. To remember a fond gesture, rotate 180 degrees and advance 23 inches. To regret a harsh word, rotate 12 degrees and advance 6 inches. I would just like to have a fond gesture. It's morning now. I'm in the car. I'm driving to work. This is the last recording I'll make on this tape, and then I'll drop it in the mail tomorrow. And then who knows? I've been recording on this tape for 15 years, I think. A lot of other things happened, so here's a story. When I met Donald and Joseph, they were both students, and I was in a band performing on campus. They came to my show, and when we met at some bar and had a few drinks together, Joseph wanted to impress me, so he stole a metal cocktail tumbler and gave it to me. We got kicked out, wandered drunkenly until morning, and finally ended up at a diner. And now I use the tumbler to store extra pens on my desk. So, I'm almost out of tape. I guess I'll just let it run out while I drive. Go back a bit. I think we missed something. Really? We've gone so far. Is there anything else we can do here? No, that's the end of this tape strip. I don't think we ever reached this long one at the top here. Is it cheating to skip over there? I won't tell a soul. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. Think of our work, our research! You'll die in these damn caves, and what about those men? You know they'll come back. I don't know how to do a distant voice. We'll go deeper, that's all. They'll never find us. I move farther away from the mic. Did you hear their voices? They're not. They'll find you, but not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop, you stupid. Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damn cave. Joseph is right, we can't stay here. I'm leaving too, but I'm not going back down to the surface. Not going back to the surface, rather. I'm taking my station wagon and I'm heading down to 0. You'll be lost forever. But we need your voice from the machine, Lula. It only recognizes your voice. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail, and then you can see what your damn machine does with it. Oh. Oh, it's a terrible sound. Weird? It's kind of weird. I don't know what else to say. Basement puzzle number 2. Artist, Sunset, and Horse. 1976. Plaster and wire. What do you think she means by puzzle? Yeah, weird. I guess it's something you can solve. They must be symbols. Artist, sunset, horse. Or it's an anagram? Or like a code? Maybe it's not a puzzle. Maybe it's just about a puzzle. Maybe it's a puzzle, but there's no right answer. That is kind of sad. Does that mean I can leave? No, I'm not gonna read all that again. Okay. Oh, exit. There we go. Yeah, I guess I'm ready to go. Yeah, I need to get to work anyway. Okay. What? Oh. That... weird? Huh. Okay. Act 2. Are like mini acts between acts? Is that a thing? Is that what's happening? Attention. Lula Chamberlain. Your application. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Trust for Imagine Architecture's annual fellowship. We received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably we can award only one fellowship position per year. As you know, our review process includes a multi-phase blind committee analyst portfolio permissions, as well as careful review by a panel of subject matter experts on each applicant's notability and relevance to the field. We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards we have established over our 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carl Stone Norton, Architect, Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture. Below the printed text is a hastily handwritten note. Sorry for the condescending form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Your OBT servant, Robert. Your obedient servant, Robert. Lula throws the wet letter in the wastebasket. Lula folds the letter and puts it in her handbag. Lula opens the folder of writing on her paper desk. Or she labeled proposals. Labeled proposals, that's the one. Lula sorts through documents, all printed on a fading letterhead reading Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Proposal number 1, site, hospital. Proposed use, auto dealership. Proposal number 2, site, distillery. Proposed use, graveyard. Proposal number 3, site, basketball court. Proposed use, kennel. I want to review proposal 2. That's interesting. Distillery still active, but scaling down operation to less than half of the site. Distillery built on top of graveyard originally. Hybrid distillery graveyard could share resources. Chapel, once repurposed into bottling facility, could be repurposed into chapel. I don't know if there's much of a market for no. Well, actually, no. I think if you put a distillery, if there's a bar attached to the distillery anyway, I think a church/distillery bar, that's printing money. Endorsed. All right. Let's look at number 1, the hospital proposed used auto dealership. Hospital closed due to repeated sanitation violations. Auto dealership sanitation requirements comparatively lax. Small operating rooms could be repurposed into offices. Large cubicle-style administrative offices could be repurposed into showrooms. No, there's too many cars. I'm opposed. Let it be a hospital again, damn it. Why is he here? Why is he here? I forgot his name. Busy? It's not important. I doubt that. You do important work here now. Maybe it's not sublime art, but it's... Do you know the famous dramatist who visited Mexico and said, "Here there is no art. Things are made for use." You've been to Mexico. You've seen the murals. You know about all that. So, my own thoughts are wandering, clearly. I've got a lot on my mind. Clearly. Well, I'll come straight to it then. The clerk upstairs tells me you've been assigned to my proposal. I've heard nothing in weeks, and I assumed it had been swallowed by some dragon of administration. But... Silence. Lula, my situation is desperate. I have hours. Hours! I must find a suitable venue for my play in time for its surprise debut, or the last decade of my life will have been a vision with a dream. A fragment. I haven't had a chance to review it yet, to be honest. I see. Of course, you're quite busy. I understand completely. I'm sorry to have bothered you, Lula. I'll go now. Oh, Lula. I thought you might like to know. I saw Joseph this evening, just over sunset. We sat for a bit, drank some cold coffee, and talked about university days. Better days. Maybe for him. Zafun says, the Church of Booze. You want to go far for the holy wine water. Exactly. Wine right there. You the night before, you've been out drinking. Get some hair of the dog before you go into church with those bells ringing. It's Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. It's really going to save everybody, I think, a lot of time and effort. So, I'm just throwing that out there. Catholic Church. Oh, hey, I'm back to this, huh? I don't even know where I am, though. Blue. Get a good rest in the truck? Yeah, I know you love a drive. The wind in your ears. Yeah, I saw you back there, Blue. Shannon. Maybe someone here can point us in the right direction. Yeah, looks like they're still open. Must be the night shift. What do you think they do here? Looks like a cathedral. Looks like a cathedral. Yeah, a cathedral with an office building in it. This is weird, but do you think we're inside or outside right now? Both. Okay. Very poetic. Well, maybe someone around here has a better sense of direction. Fishing stuff? I should probably go look at that fishing stuff. I regret talking about my leg. I wish my leg wasn't hurt now. I'll move slower. You can't do anything with the fishing stuff. Can I go down? No. Okay. Well, then I guess there's a barrier. End of the line? Maybe it's still under construction. Well, work seems to have stopped for the moment. Click, 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 click. Ring the doorbell? Hey, there's somebody up there. Hey, there's stuff down here. Hey, there's an elevator. Hey, there's a secret thing on the left. Looks like a secret thing anyway. Spoon says, well, it's not like you're going to be running for your life. I think. I don't know. I don't really know what this game's going to be doing. It's just very odd so far. Oh, hey, oh, that's a desk. Oh. Let's talk to this receptionist. Well, here you are. Better late than never. I guess. Just unload the whiskey over there by the elevator. I'll figure something out. We're actually a bit lost, ma'am. You're lost, so you're not the sorry on this mistake. We're supposed to have a little celebration here at the office, but the whiskey never showed up. I saw your truck and thought, maybe you don't really look like one of the boys from the distillery anyway. What are you celebrating? What do the boys from the distillery look like? Yeah, what do the boys from the distillery look like? You've never seen the boys from Hard Times? Well, count your blessings. They cut a grim profile. Well, it's clear you're new to this territory. I expect you just mean to be passing through. We're looking for Dogwood Drive. Do you know where that is? Dogwood. Nope. You're going to need to talk to someone upstairs about that. One of the map clerks. But first we've got to get you in the system. So you'll need an appointment with one of the ingestion clerks. Now, let's see. Rick is booked proofreading drafts all afternoon, and Wanda's out on a site. Let me go take some calls and see if we have anyone free. There are some books over there in the waiting area. Or just take a look around. Have you seen our grotesques? Grotesques. TVs? The television is playing what looks like a nature documentary. A hermit crab scuttles across a beach. Its shell is an awkward shape. It must have once belonged to a different crab. This television is playing a cartoon about a bird. The cartoon bird collects pieces for its nest, a scarf, a plastic shopping bag, a bit of a young girl's hair. The nest is warm, but precariously fragile. The television is playing an instructional video on elevator design. It is crucial to maintain proper lighting in an elevator. In the absence of sight, passenger sense of motion is greatly enhanced. The passenger should never feel as though they are physically ascending or descending. The elevator should create the illusion that the building is flat. This is the mark of a successful elevator design. It's true. I say that all the time. Boy, oh boy, is this elevator not bright enough. Every day I say it. Every day. This television is playing a closed-circuit security feed of a housing project. The feed switches mechanically between locations: a hallway, a disused plot of grass, a stairwell, a mailbox. I do hate elevators that are like too fast, though, because you can feel it being too fast. This television is playing a silent video of an empty theater. A microphone sits in the middle of the stage. The lights are slightly dimmed. The speakers hum impatiently. Weird. Hey, she's back. Oh, good. I thought you'd left. People can be so impatient, you never know. Well, I have you meeting with Lula Chamberlain. She's a senior clerk and doesn't usually handle the ingestion process, but she's the only one with room on her plate this evening. My schedule says she's on the 5th floor, reviewing some diagrams. The elevator is just back to the left there, 5th floor. What if I want to go to a different floor? Did you think it was that? Lady's name I can't remember already? 3 books are piled on the table. A service manual for a sewage pump, some architectural plans for a bungalow, and a slim collection of Japanese death haiku. An envelope is protruding from the bottom of the stack. I want to pick up the envelope. The envelope reads Bureau of Secret Tourism. It contains several small handwritten brochures with ritualistic directions to bizarre locations. Neat. I want to go to those locations. How well is this elevator, though? She's on the 5th floor, right? Conway scans a column of elevator buttons. 5th floor, diagrams and drafts. 4th floor, archives and records. 3rd floor, bears. 2nd floor, conference room. 1st floor, clerk's offices. Bears? I want to go to the bears. Man, those sure are bears. Can't get around that. Them's some bears. The fuck? Well, I feel like I gotta go to every floor now. Spoon says, okay, my current theory on this game is the crash you found in the actual one was actually you, and all this stuff is just your last thoughts as you lay there dying. Okay, I like that. I like that idea. She's on the 5th floor, right? Just can't call them elevator buttons. Oh, yeah, 5th floor. I was actually trying to go to the 1st floor, but fine, it's fine, we're there. Orange drink. I like to think that this is all just really happening. Because that's weirder. Oh, I shouldn't have fixed that. It might be... might be copyright. Greg is hard at work examining some diagrams, measuring angles with a plastic protractor, and occasionally scribbling numbers in a small leather notebook. Can I help you? Don't answer that. Sorry, we're looking for an ingestion clerk? Oh, no, I'm an interior spatial analyst. I can't help you with that. I think the ingestion clerks have all gone home for the night. Lula might be able to help you. She's pretty senior. You just missed her, actually. She was up here about an hour ago. She's probably back at her real desk now, on the 1st floor. She barely made a dent in these diagrams. Must have been distracted. Speaking of which... Yes, you look at all of those diagrams. This is going to lead me back and forth until I eventually have to visit the bears. I bet she's hanging out with bears right now. Also, Sam says office bears would also be my last thought. Okay, her office is down the 1st floor. To the 1st floor we go. Check out those office clerks. Man, Clerks 3 is great, you know? Just an all-time great film. Hello, are you lost? We're looking for Lula Chamberlain. Oh, no. She's much too busy. Let's get some of our junior clerks to sort your paperwork first, so we don't waste any of Miss Chamberlain's time. It's a pretty straightforward process. First, you'll need to get a case number assigned. Talk to Clerk Metzen about that. She's just over there at the end of the room. Happy to help. Well, I'd like to... Lula's right there, though. I see her. One moment. I need to go and blow my nose. So I'm going to go do that because it's going to... If not, it's going to be all these terrible sounds. So one moment. I'll be right back. Enjoy the office sounds. There we go. Ambient. That's the word I was looking for, Sam. Ambient sounds. And Zafun says, all the red tape. Yes, so much red tape. Hello. How are you? Fine, thanks. I just need your ingestion card and a list of your last 5 permanent addresses. I don't think I've had 5 permanent addresses. Oh. My sheet has 5 address boxes and it says to fill everything out. Maybe fill out a transient subsheet. We can still get it processed. Go talk to Clerk Baum and he'll get you set up with one. Clerk Baum is just over there in the corner. Happy to help. Oh, this is the worst, isn't it? Howdy. Here for a transient sheet? No problem. He rummages through some papers on his desk. Happy to help. He opens a few folders and quickly closes them. Looks like I'm out. But I know there's some back in the archive. You'll have to put in a special request with Clerk Macmillan. She's the document czar. Straight back at the end of the office there by the file cabinets. This is just a runaround. Where's Lulu Chamberlain? Oh, no, that's her right there. In the cardigan. Huh. So they were really gonna have me going back and forth and doing that for a while, huh? Having fun in the paperclip labyrinth. Well, you made it eventually. You look exhausted. I'd offer you my seat, but my ankles are turning on me. The receptionist said you could point us in the right direction. This concrete bunker of an office is just a waypoint for you, I'm sure. Where is it you're trying to go? We're looking for 5 Dogwood Drive. Dogwood Drive. That's funny. Do you know I used to live on Dogwood Drive? This was years ago. Grimy old house, basement full of insects, attic full of birds. I had a few roommates. We all worked at the university. I had a dog. I drank whiskey and beer, and made sculptures. But that dogwood was a surface road. With a name like that, it would have to be. What are you doing on the Zero? A gas station attendant told us we'd need to take the Zero to get there. Gas station attendant, I see. Friendly blind man, about my age, hangs out with old cat, likes to pretend he's a poet. His name is Joseph. Do you know him? Joseph and I used to work together, and we lived together. We were friends. That was a long time ago. We haven't spoken in years. Do you know why he pointed you this way? It's because he's still in love with me, of course, and now he's implicated you, quite inconsiderately, and in your condition. It's appalling. So, I'm very sorry for wasting your time, but I'm afraid you've been misled. Excuse me. Get over yourself. Lula pauses, taken aback. Well, I guess that's fair. All right. Maybe I can help you. For Joseph. The Dogwood Drive I lived on is now called Pale Dogwood Drive. They've renamed all the streets, you see. Too many streets with the same names. It was never a problem before, but now we have these databases and it's all too confusing for the computer. The computer has no sense of ambiguity, so it proclaims an error. Name collisions, they call them. So my Dogwood Drive is Pale Dogwood Drive, and another might be Large Leafed Dogwood Drive, or Himalayan Flowering Dogwood Drive, and so on. But one of them is still just Dogwood Drive. Or so we might hope. It's really a matter of consulting records, of which we have an abundance here. Do you have a record of those streets? I expect we must. They'll be up in archives and records, 4th floor. It'll be filed under 0, or for autonyms, probably, or G for generic, or maybe S for specific, depending on which part of the street name was changed. Well, that's actually not helpful at all, is what that is. But to the 4th floor we go. Why the heck not? This room says H is for headache. Fourth floor, archives and records. Here we go. Neon orange. What if it's under D for Dogwood Drive? This place is a mess. Okay. Take a look through that logbook, I guess. Maybe there's some kind of system to all these boxes. I'll just start digging. Small logbook has a smart leather cover. A few notes are scribbled on the inside covers. Most pages are just lists of titles, names, and dates. Okay. Inside front cover. Note in logbook. Document staff. Please do not transfer any more records from storage unit until we get the new file cabinets in. We're up to F, and that will have to do for now. Instruct clerks to focus on activities beginning with letters A, B, C, D, E, or F, or activities most likely to involve research on subjects beginning with those letters. For example, cars is okay because it involves automotive, driving, brakes, etc. But air quality is not okay because it relates to health, safety, pollution, etc. Okay. What? Page 1. Several documents relating to sporting competition venues were quickly checked out and back in over a period of a few days. Basketball courts, baseball fields, alleys, and parking lots. Okay, page 14. A single set of documents relating to coal mining operations was checked out and back in by several different people within a few hours. Okay. Inside back cover. Failing antique shops folder missing. Listed checked in on page 63, but not present. Okay. 63. Check in failing antique shops. Monday, 3 p.m. Signee, Ed Bohm. Put logbook away. Nothing? Me either. Half of these boxes aren't even labeled, and the rest are all from the first few letters of the alphabet. I couldn't find anything with an O or a G or an S. Maybe that clerk knows somewhere else we can look. Back to Lula. Back to the first floor. Spoon says that's the first place I would look because it makes sense to me. Man, I would bet the Bears know. They got something going on there. I don't trust them. Oh, Lula. Nothing? That's unfortunate. Well, they must still be in transit. You see, we've only moved into this new venue somewhat recently, and it's all a bit in progress. This was the cathedral not long ago. Can you believe it? Then the Bureau reclaimed it. The old congregation has been directed to one of our storage facilities for their activity. That's where you'll find the street name records, I expect, at the church. Marianne at reception can give you the directions. Just come back here when you have the files, and we'll begin the necessary paperwork to have the information analyzed. Oh, and while you're out on the road, you might want to stop and see Dr. Truman about your leg. He's a specialist regarding ailments of joints and limbs, and I know he works at night. His home office is in a small neighborhood on the east edge of Bowling Green. Here's his card. Do stop and see him. That leg is a miserable sight. Take care of each other. All right, let's get this leg fixed. And get out of this fucking bureaucracy. And the jacket that the main character is wearing, I assume anyway, like a super fluffy one. I like jackets like that. I had one like that once, like a Leon jacket once, and it fell apart in the wash. Very sad. Where am I going? Okay, there I am. It's hard to bear with it, but the third floor seems to, says Zaffoon. That's good. I like that. Get what you need. Lula said you could direct us to the church? Oh, sure. The old storage lot. Just get back on the 0 and drive until you hit the crystal. Then turn around. It'll make sense once you get on the road. You can handle it. I don't know if it will, but okay, lady. Let's do it. Come on, Blue. You're my boy. You're my boy, Blue. All right. Get back on the road again. On the road again. I just can't wait to get back. Oh, I'm in the game. Excuse me? What is... Okay, that's the crystal. Pipe working? Staircase. Staircase doesn't do anything. Projector. I was supposed to hit the crystal and then turn around. E says interesting camera position. Like my camera? Is it a weird position? Oh, up top there. Covering the thing. Yeah. Crystal. Okay, hit the crystal. And then I turn around. Self-storage. Okay. I just felt like it kind of looked like I was looking at the game more up here, you know? Act 2, Scene 2. St. Thomas Church. Ooh, Sam says this is as far as she made it when she played. All new things now. Time to spoil this shit. Is that it? Over there? It's dusty in here. You work with antiques. You should be used to a little dust, right? Let's go talk to the janitor. He seems nice. Janitors in giant, weird, creepy buildings, I have learned you can always trust them and they listen to great music. That's what I know about janitors. Right there. Yeah, there we go. I was adjusting the arm things on this chair. Oh, here for the night mass? What kind of mass is it? Tonight, it's a homily on work and need. Huh, I haven't heard this one before. Are you the preacher? Oh, I'm the janitor. I guess this must look pretty strange. A church without a congregation. When they first moved on here, man, this place was packed. They had a mass every night. 2 on Sunday. But it got a bit awkward to fit everyone in, and the numbers quickly dwindled. Once folks started to see it as a thing that was falling apart, they lost the center of gravity and just started wobbling. I think I lost that voice. Then the preacher stopped coming too, but he left his old tapes, same with the organist, and I found some old acetates in the bureau archives, photos of people in churches, so I keep it running. You do what you have to, right? E says the stream's a bit quiet for me. My voice or the game? Because the game's not really doing much. It's really just a bunch of background sound. At max volume, it's hard to hear. I don't know. I'm pretty loud on the mic, actually. Going into the red there. And the game I do have quieter, because Sam said that it was, like, way louder than me. I don't know. I don't know, man. I guess I could pull my earbuds out and check. Zafun says has stream on happening here just fine. Yeah, so why's your ship broken, E? No, answer that, man. Yeah, you get all your shit and unbreak it. You see how this sounds. Yeah, talking. Yeah, I don't know. Coming across on mine pretty well. Fix your shit, E. How about that, huh? I don't know why I'm so aggressive with that. You don't need to be at all. I don't know. Don't know, man. Do not know. Let's see, where were we? Right now we have to find some bureau documents. Oh, you're from the bureau. I moved all those documents to unit C315 to make room for the mast. It's standing at the other end of the building, same floor. I need to get the night mast started, but you can borrow my keys. I'll go. You wait here. Rest your leg. You're looking kind of pale. Nice lady. Well, I better get this running. Brandon presses play on an old tape machine. Conway listens to the homily, or Conway. Is your whole family Catholic? King Oric says, E's ears are broken. Oh no, we're not religious. I just watched and listened while the congregation did all this stuff, and I probably don't understand as much as you might think anyway. I know how to run the overhead projector and the tape player. At least I know enough to keep it going, right? How do you like working here? It's okay. I don't really know what else I would do. I used to play a lot of card games, you know? In high school, some of my friends went to college, but most of them just got jobs. Maybe in a few years we'll be hanging out in bars, playing dots or something. Not allowed to play cards in the bar, because it looks like gambling. He says, maybe I've got selective hearing. My leg is killing me. I bet everyone's telling you to go see the doctor. Hey, I get it. Too expensive. My dad cut his arm pretty bad on a job, but he stitched himself back up because we didn't have enough health insurance. But then his hand didn't work very well, and he got pretty depressed, and eventually he just sort of... Well, I guess I don't know what he should have done. Who knows, right? So this is like a hobby? If you asked me what my hobbies were, I'd say card games, science fiction, and perspective geometry. But I run the slideshow, and I play the tapes, and I don't get paid for it. I take it pretty seriously, but nobody's telling me I should. Is that a hobby? Seems like there ought to be a more serious word for it. Okay, that's it. Next, there are some rituals that you and I aren't allowed to participate in, and I don't remember them anyway. Hi, I got it. We were just talking about work and hobbies. What? I found what we came here to get. The file on the street name changes? You don't look good. Let's head back to the bureau and get this straightened out, and then maybe we should go see that doctor the clerk recommended. King Orc says you should select to hear the game, E. Yeah, how about that, huh? How about you hear that game instead of doing the thing you're doing? Also, I don't know why I'm so angry about it. No clue. No reason. It's unnecessary. Orange drink. Why is Shannon still there? Jesus, are you alright? What the hell? My leg is stuck. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna pull you out. We have to get you out of here. There you go. Okay, are you hurt? Can you put any weight on that leg? It's fine. Just try to stand up. Careful. I'm right here. Damn. Don't worry, I've got you. That leg's in bad shape. Here, let's get you in the tram. There you go now. Let's see if this thing has power. Hey, old man, look at me. Can you hear me? What happened? I don't know. He collapsed. I think he blacked out. He was mumbling about the old mine for a minute. The old mine when we met. Don't let me keep you. You have work to do. What the hell are you talking about? We're going to see that doctor the clerk recommended. She hands Bren the doctor's card. How do we get to this address from here? I don't know. It's pretty tricky going back and forth between, here and there. The Bureau's the only way I know. Some of those folks do it all the time. Commuters. Just go back the way you came, find the crystal, and then turn around. Okay. That's how it all works, huh? Just find the crystal, turn around. Nope, and we're in. It's gotta be some sort of purgatory, right? Oh, there's the crystal. Turn on around. There's the bureau. He says, also, what the heck happened in the last hour or two? I don't even know, man. There was like a museum thing that happened. And then, like, we're stuck in this other place. I don't even know. I don't know how to explain it, because we're just kind of here now. Still looking for that one address, though. Dogwood or whatever. It's not a oh, hey, it's him again. No, I want to talk to him, not Marianne. There we go. He says, and now it's like, find the magic crystal by using a magic wheel. It's not a magic wheel. It's the same wheel I was using to drive the other highway. Hello, my friends. I'm relieved to run across you again. Hello, Blue. No better than the place. No better place than the road for a hound. I'm afraid I've been unsuccessful in my search for a venue for my play. Have you found anything in your travels? The old Elkhorn Lodge is a storage facility not far from here. I think you should do it back at the gas station. Back at the gas station. Eckes Oils? By the interstate? It had never occurred to me. It does sound compellingly desolate, the roar of cars and trucks resonating and reverberating through nearby overpasses. Yes, the psychoacoustics of the space are of prime concern. Psychoacoustics, definitely. Psychoacoustics is a field of perceptual study. How do we perceive sound? What does it do to our souls? How do sounds work through us? The play must resonate through my actors and their performance, and then it must reverberate out from them, and again resonate through the audience. Theater is mostly acoustic, you see? Yes, I think Eckes Oils will do wonderfully. I can already hear the desolate cry of the road. You've been immeasurably helpful. If you have time later this evening, I'd love to go over my production notes with you. Just meet me there in a few hours if you like. Many thanks. Alright. Talk to Marianne. Back so soon. Can we talk to the clerk, Lily Chamberlain, again? I'm afraid she left. In a big hurry, actually. Something happened with your meeting. She seemed pretty interested in the gas station attendant. I don't know who that is, but she did seem distressed. Well, heading back to the interstate? I can process you whenever you're ready to go back. Just let me know. Yeah, we're ready to be processed. I was going to see what the bears were up to, but probably just being bears still. She hands the receptionist Lula's card. Oh, we're ready to be processed, she hands the receptionist Lula's card. Can you tell us how to get to this address? We're looking for Dr. Truman. Of course. This is a neighborhood just outside of Bowling Green. Get on 65 going southwest. Take a right just past the observatory just before the river. If you continue north, you'll be there shortly. Happy to help. And we're off. Oh, I didn't even get to go to the car. Oh, hey, we're just off now. Okay. Oh, okay, we're back on the road. On the road again. Just can't wait to get back on the road again. I want to go to Echo Soils. I want to talk to that guy. Joseph has fallen asleep in his chair. Carrington won't be here for another few hours. Oh. Well, okay. Alright, what are all my notes? Where are all the places? Alright, the farmhouse, I know where that is. The mines. I don't really want to go back to the mines. Storage facility, gotta go back to the weird place. Shannon's workshop, up north by ways, right where the Max Road, right? The doctor. Get on 65 going west. Take a right just past the observatory, just before the river. If you continue north, you'll be there shortly. What? You continue north? Okay. What? Radio towers. A roughly circular cluster of narrow radio towers sprout from a muddy field. A ragged chain-link fence strung up around the field would do very little to keep out vandals. Birds and other animals avoid the area. It is forcefully silent. Walking to the center of the cluster. He says, what if the mines have a cool rock? Well, last time I was in the mines, I kind of broke my leg, so... Conway and Shannon walk into the center of the cluster. The chain-link fence easily folds out of the way. Shannon holds a corner of it off the ground as Conway crawls under. Inside the fence, a subtle but perceptible hum disturbs the air. Listen. They listen. The hum is inaudible. It's more like a current of wind or a feeling of uneasiness. Walk farther in. At the center of the circle, Conway notices a tremor in his vision. His left eyelid twitches. On the ground nearby, a few empty beer cans surround a circle of scorched earth, like candles. Cool. Turnpike Road, alrighty. On the interstate again. Can't wait to get on the interstate again. Can't wait to get on. What'd that thing say? Get on 65 going southwest. Okay, yeah, okay. Take a right just past the observatory, just before the river. Okay. I am on the interstate. I am going south. And now I think I'm going southwest. Basically. Oh no, get off that. Alright, yeah, that's definitely southwest. No, stop it. Take a right just past the observatory. Just before the river. Am I supposed to know which one of these is a river? What is that? What is that? That's the observatory? Take a right just past the observatory. And keep going north. Alright, that's what it said. Hey, van. The side of the van is painted with the image of a cartoonish housekeeper, effortlessly carrying a mountain of cleaning supplies balanced in one hand. The words painted below the image are too faded to read. Look inside the van. Peering through a dusty window, Conway and Shannon can barely make out several piles of paper stacked in the back of the van. Some are piled on boxes, some loose. All of it is sheet music. Nope, what did I just click on? Neighborhood of the address on Lula's car has been demolished. In its place is a large museum, still partially under construction. Well, let's go to the museum then. Act 2. Scene 4. Museum of Dwellings. 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 Blue. You're my boy, Blue. Oh, yeah, he was talking to his dog. Guy was a weirdo. What was this? What did he say? Just small talk, you know? Like you talk to your buddies or something. Like you talk to a dock worker, just like, damn, this is a lot of rain. I haven't seen rain like this since the storm a couple years back that took out Lisette's herb garden. I feel bad for that old dog, getting dragged all over by a couple of drunks. All dog like that should be sleeping on a porch somewhere. That's loyalty for you. Well, they didn't stay long anyway. Voiceover, you're rude, Mr. Voiceover. I heard the man and the lady talking when they first came in, but they didn't see me. What were they talking about? The man said his leg was hurting him. They were looking for Dr. Truman, but he was already gone. But they didn't know, so they kept looking around. I feel like I kind of know now, though. You told me, so I kind of know. I just assumed they were from the power company. You know how they're always coming by unannounced and messing with this or that. I just shut myself up in my room to wait it out. No sense getting involved. They definitely weren't from the power company. Well, I wouldn't complain if they were. Really, with that storm going on. I know they have to do their business. Don't affect me. I've got my generator. But you know some of these folks around here. Unprepared. Totally unprepared. Umbrella! Oh man, every game needs an umbrella button. Fuck yeah. Oh, I'm in the lobby. I knew that. I knew where I was. I saw. And I was like, yeah, this all makes sense to what I'm doing. Makes sense to what's happening. I'd like to find this doctor now, because I'm slow and I don't like it. So if I could just get to this doctor any time, really. Show me that doctor. Still no doctor. So I go down? Oh, okay, yep. That was the answer. Am I in the museum that I started off in? But also not? What the heck is happening? They were hollering at that empty tent you folks have on display. Hey, if you ever need anyone to stay in there, I've been in worse positions. The F is happening? I guess they must have gone through some papers here. It was in some disarray and a few folders were pulled out and left on the table. I mean, it wasn't too bad. I only noticed because Diane is such a stickler. She's real organized, I mean. What folders were they looking at? Yeah, mostly stuff about the building site, I guess. They had a list of all the homes we relocated here. A list of original residences, before-level neighborhood. I'd guess they were looking for one of the old residents. They pulled out a list of the folks who didn't take the offer, folks who moved elsewhere. But they filed that back out of order, so I guess they didn't find what they were looking for there. Hey, while I have you here, work's kind of slowed down, and it seems like... I know you folks know what you're doing, but it seems like the residents are just kind of settling in. And that's the idea. Yeah, I get that. Just about that roof, huh? Just write us a check and we'll finish it right up. I know you've got this museum thing going on, but you don't want to be slumlords now. Someone says you learned to use the umbrella, but you're still not as good at using it as the penguin. That's just facts. Mine doesn't have a gun in it either, which is a bit disappointing, but I'll work through it. What is this? This is a display. This game's fucking weird. Yeah, they came by and knocked on the window, and we had a bit of a talk through the glass. I would have come out, but, you know, shady characters. They seemed suspicious? I already told you, weirdos. Walking around door to door asking about Truman this late at night? I told them what I know, but in this weather? What do you know about Dr. Truman? I told them. He moved in here with the rest of us when the folks bought up the neighborhood. And then one day his house was gone, and that's all I know about that. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Is it Truman because the Truman Show? Oh my god. Sick Jim Carrey reference game. I heard them banging around out there, and I just stayed quiet. I don't know what they wanted. I just put my headphones on and tried to ignore them, to tell you the truth, and... Okay, well, alright, that's that then. Just ignored us. He says spoilers, I still haven't seen the Truman Show. It's not a spoiler. You know, at first I thought it might be Hudson walking up to the visit. I'd heard him walking on his boat just a bit earlier before the storm started. But then I saw the stranger's limping gait and a young woman with him, and I knew it couldn't be. I invited them in for a glass of bourbon, which they politely declined, so I just talked to them on the porch for a bit. What was the stranger like? He was in a bad way. He seemed confused. He was asking about a basketball game. I thought he might be joking. After all, it's not the season. It made his friend uncomfortable, and she changed the subject. She asked about my house. Do you know, I don't believe either of them had ever set foot on a houseboat before. I don't know if the older man had ever even seen an ocean, in fact. It has always been my fondest dream to retire on a houseboat. That's why I accepted your offer and moved in here. It isn't perfect, but what home ever is. I only wish the house would sway a bit. I find that it settles my nerves. Well, if we have another storm like that last one. In fact, he had his umbrella open indoors. It wasn't leaking that badly. Got him. He says, I don't trust a houseboat. I don't trust a houseboat that's a house. I think that's my rule of thumb. If you're just housing in a houseboat, like not in water, that's just like a bad trailer at that point. But smaller than a trailer even, so it's just living a weird life. Living a strange little life there. Oh, look at Blue. Swoon says, but the houseboat is the safest place in the game, the forest. It's safe until you try to use it as a boat, and then it sucks. The physics are all fucked in that, man. Wonky is as wonky does. It was real rainy out here. Dragon. Cool. They wouldn't come in, just rushing around. Until they were warned it was late at night, but just rushing around. Well, there was some urgency to the older man's injury, so it's understandable. What were they looking for? They were looking for Dr. Truman, but, of course, I had nothing to say. The man was hurt, you know? Where is Dr. Truman? He left, of course. We talked about it before. He left, and we don't know how or when or what happened to his charming house. Well, we just don't know. I suppose we never will. Alright. I'd like if one of you knew where this house was. Because then I'd know where the house was, and then I could go to the house and stop limping around like a slow little asshole. Is that a dragon or an eagle? That seems like an eagle now. I heard a shout from downstairs. The old man had stumbled into the rain. I stayed inside with the lights off. No sense in my getting involved. Your lights are on, though. They're a liar. Have you ever named a human being named Truman? Have you ever met a human being named Truman? No. Just true man, just like true man. Truman, true man. I didn't see or hear a thing all night. I was in the back doing inventory when they came by. I got 30 cases of candles in, and each one of those has got to be individually labeled, you know? But I heard from some of the other neighbors that they weren't up to any harm, just passing through. It's true. Just passing through. Aw, why isn't Blue getting an umbrella? He deserves an umbrella just like everybody else. I saw you folks drive up. I like your truck. What kind of truck is that? We got a couple of them at the shop, but this is the only one that runs. Oh yeah? With the truck, you've got to keep it up. That's why me and Julian don't use a truck. We carry the houses. Who's Julian? Julian's my brother. He's a lot bigger and stronger, and he has more feathers than me. But he's still my brother. Where do you take the houses? Me and Julian take them out to the forest every night, and then we bring them back at dawn before the museum opens. Why do you take them to the forest? This museum is an okay place to live in the daytime, but it's no good at night. Folks just can't sleep in a place like this. Or when they do, it gives them nightmares. So we take them out to the forest to sleep and then bring them back in the morning. Is your family out in the forest? Oh, no, I don't know where they are. Me and Julian were looking for them for a while, but anyway, we have a job to do here now. Taking these people out to the forest at night so they can sleep, and maybe if the rest of them will be like Dr. Truman, want to stay out there. We'll get back to looking. Can you tell us how to get to the forest? You have to follow the Green River way out east, and then hop over Lake Cumberland. The roads don't go there. But me and Julian can take you. We were just about to go anyway. I just gotta call him over. And we're off. Okay. King Julian from Madagascar? No, not King Julian from Madagascar. Isn't that the lion? What's the zebra called? Mr. Lion? Oh, I'm just controlling a cursor. It's a church? House? Wait, am I controlling the eagle? Oh, I'm totally controlling this eagle. Oh, dope. Museum. Cool. What does this church do? A country church with a pitched roof and 3-story spire. A large LED display glows in the parking lot. Behind the church are several dusty metal trash cans, a few of which are opened. Okay, I'm supposed to follow this river, right? That's what they were saying. Hey, there's the bait shop. A large dirt parking lot surrounds the bait shop. A sign is vaulted above the road in a thin steel bar. Bright but unsteady light throb from the windows of the shop's back room. Alright. Yeah, it's like east, right? You have to follow the Green River way out east and then hop over Lake Cumberland. Yeah. East. I assume this is the way. Yep, this is Green River. Anybody seen the movie Green River? It's not good. Not a good movie. A shadowy figure drags himself out of the lake, stuffs its limbs into a smart blue suit, and trudges slackly out of view. Is it the prequel to Green Knight? E says no. No, it is not the prequel to Green Knight, sir. It is a terrible horror movie made by Eli Roth. Eli Roth is not a very good writer-director, in my humble opinion. I didn't find the house. Hop over Lake Cumberland. Okay. So this is Green River. Green River Lake. Hop over Lake Cumberland. Oh boy, I'm getting real lost. Seems correct, though. Right? Not right? Wrong? What's this? Swamp. From a distance, the air at first looks like a swamp. Vines have grown over the street lamps. Flower bushes obscure the streets. A few of the houses have slipped partially into the ground, foundations cracked by underground roots. The squeak wool, 2 green eggs and a ham. Yep, you got it, E. It's the 4th Chipmunks live action movie. That's what I was talking about. You caught me. Alright, over Lake Cumberland. And then that looks like a place where houses would hang out. Yeah, look at that forest. Yeah, I can't see the forest through the trees, though. Act 2, Scene 5. A forest. Something about that. Very funny. Again, though, love big, bold font. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just running around like nothing. Oh, I'm a new person. It's okay. Let's take it easy. We've got to get back on the road. We will, but we need to get this leg looked at first. Right now, you're in no condition to haul anything out of that truck. Even when we do find Dogwood Drive. Oh, yeah. I like this song. Why is this delivery so important to you? It's my last delivery. Oh. You're retiring or something? Or... Sorry. The set's closing up the shop. That's... damn. How'd you come to be with these people? I bet you were pretty wild when you were younger, Blue. When I'm old like you, I'll still be wild. Oh man, that's cool. Man, I don't even care if it gets muted. The soundtrack to this game is great, man. Shouldn't be much farther now. I think I see where the settlement ends over there. forest is full of shadows. The moonlight helps. Closer to the cities, you don't get moonlight like this. It all gets washed out. Light pollution, you know? I guess it's still there. You just can't see it. How are you feeling? I'm just thinking about getting back to work. We're almost there. We'll get you patched up and back in that truck. We can handle this. Gotta talk to Blue. Have you ever been here in the winter? Have you ever been over to the lake? That's what I'm asking. I went there once with my folks. I got in trouble for swimming too far. Do you have any family you're close with? Brother or sister? Kids? I have a brother, but I wouldn't say we're close. What does he do? Some kind of banker. Kind of a jerk sometimes. Yeah, I know the type. You never talk to him? He's too good for me, I guess. I doubt that. I guess I was always the closest Weaver, as close as someone can be with a girl like that. She was always on her own wavelength. But we were the same age growing up, and everyone else was so busy. When she disappeared, I got pretty angry, and I guess I just stayed that way. I never really understood her, but I knew her. It's lonely without someone like that around. Sorry, you're a good listener. I bet you came from a big family of dogs. Yeah, dogs have big families. I like that. They're always surrounded by family. Sounds nice. Man, I like the tree and how it clips through like that. It's really cool. It's like a storybook.
Lost all my money but a $2 bill. I'm on my
God, it's cool. This is fucking cool, man. He's inside with Dr. Truman. Are you coming in? Sure, I'll come in. Dr. Truman lets me watch TV sometimes. My folks never watch TV, but I like the way it looks. I like the way it looks too. I fix TVs, you know. Whoa, cool. A TV scientist. I bet you make a lot of money. My folks had a really nice house, bigger than any of these houses, but it made them worried all the time. And then the bank took it back. We had to sleep at the bus station, but I could never get to sleep, so I just went out to fly around every night with Julian. We flew really far, and we never got lost. When we came back in the morning, they were all gone. They just left you? I don't think so. All our stuff was still there. Maybe they got lost somewhere. Let's go see what's on TV. I now realize I gave this child a very 35-year-old businessman voice. So, keeping that. That's just his voice now, so. And yeah, I think during that exit interview is when I really realized how badly they had me. But how else can you pay for medical school? I have college friends with debts that you can't expect to pay that back unless you're planning to sell painkillers on the side or something, you know? Some kind of administrative thing. I don't know. Having seen what arthritis did to my grandmother and my friend in high school destroy his wrists building synthesizers, I mean, he was like 17. Ailments of the joints and limbs just seem important to me. I hope that answers your question. getting a scholarship with that pharmaceutical company had a lot of strings attached. But at least I have somewhere to practice, even if I have to follow their market trends a bit. And hey, thanks to all those seminars, I'm an expert on the medical use of Neuropnol TM? Neuropnol? It's not so bad. Spoon says the tree transitioning scene is a nice touch. King Orc saying the whole scene with the music is really freaking beautiful. Just like the night of, or whatever Robbie's show was called. That show was called The Night Of, but I don't know if I would compare those two like that. Sorry, many burps. My leg was crushed on falling rocks. Ah, crushing injury. Yeah, those can be pretty bad. Everything gets all compressed, and there are a lot of little pieces to, you know what? Never mind. Let's take a look. How bad could it be, right? He says, I meant the selling prescription drugs on the side. Yeah, no, that's like that, yeah. What are they singing about? They're singing about hard times. Yeah, everybody has it pretty rough right now. You just want to go home. You'll have problems. Like it'll be too dark and you'll get scared. Maybe it's hard sometimes, and things have a way of working out. Let's say this one. Maybe you can just stay lost in the dark. Maybe you'll be okay with that eventually. Your friend's in pretty bad shape, isn't he? But it's nothing we can't handle. You might have a few things to look out for in the future. Be a bit gentler with the leg or the way you walk, but you'll be okay. I've dealt with similar cases before. So, the anesthetic we'll use is called Neuropnol TM. It's pretty experimental, but it's more appropriate in cases like yours. The way it works is, I'll count backwards from 5 to start the process, and then we'll just have a normal conversation as the Neuropnol TM takes effect. Then I'll get started. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, So let's talk about billing for a moment. The pharmaceutical company I'm contracted with was recently acquired by an energy company that has some different standards for billing and revenue, so it's a bit complex now. King Orc says I want a dog with a droopy face who wears a straw hat. Man, me too now. This game made me want that dog. This is also very cool. Man, this game is neat. This game is neat as shit. As everybody always says. End of Act 2. Man, what a fucking way to end Act 2. Holy shit. Alright. Well, as I said, just gonna play through Act 2. The entertainment. I feel like I should save that, right? Because that's what I did with the other one. I feel like that's what I should do, is have the thing before and then the normal chapter. That looks like... It seems like a thing. How long have I been going? Hour and a half? If I did another hour and a half, it'd be... Let's do a Google real quick. Let's see how long Act 3 is. If it's like short, then sure. If it's same length, then around 2 hours. Yeah, that's gonna be it's gonna have to be saved for another stream. I just don't have the time. kind of. He says you need me to tag in. No need to tag in. I didn't have this scheduled or anything like that. If you have something that you want to play and finish, E, you are more than welcome. I would be completely fine if you wanted to finish your thing, or if you want to do that on Wednesday and then after that I'll play Kentucky. Up to you, man. Because we know your thing's gonna be an hour. Like that's it. Your thing is gonna be an hour. So we already know how long yours is. Zafoon saying, I'm sticking with my theory that you're dying and this is all your messy dying thoughts. I could see that because he keeps going back to the score on the game. So I can definitely see the theory that you were saying, Zafoon, about like he was in the car wreck and that car wreck that we found was actually his car wreck, right? And the thing that was on the radio was probably the baseball or the basketball game or whatever. And so that's the thing that keeps clicking through his mind, is that that's like one of the last things. And we know that his job was he was a roofer, right? So he was probably on a long roofing day and on his way from roofing and on his way home, maybe he got into a wreck. I could see that working. In my brain, I see the story. But we'll see. This game's getting real fucking weird, man. Real weird. E says, I think it's just a metaphor for retail. Yeah, I could see that too. So, E, you gonna take over? I can be in chat, or not chat. I can be in I can talk. I can be on camera still and talk and stuff. We'll have to do a be right back and come back up. It's up to you if you want to do that or not, though. Let me know in the chat here. If so, then we're gonna go down for a little bit, probably just a few minutes-ish, then come back up with E's thing. If not, then we're gonna be ending it here. E says, no, I was joking. All right, there you go. We're ending it here. All right. So I think Wednesday what we're going to do is we're going to have, Kingwork says E's the bully. I think Wednesday we're going to have E finish off his thing, and then I'll do chapter, or act 3 of this. So we can have about a 2.5 hour kind of thing, I think, is what it would, or maybe 2.5, 3 hours abound for a stream on Wednesday. That sounds like a good time to me. Sounds like a good way, middle of the week, hang out for a while. All right. Hey, everybody out there, Zafoon, King Oryx, Sam, E, anybody else who stopped by, or anybody out there who is watching the archive of this, thank you so much. If you want to get a hold of us, boy oh boy, is there a place to do that. E put it right there in the chat if you're looking at the chat. There it is, linktr.ee/LOIP. Clicking that link, that's going to get you to all the different places. That's going to get you to our YouTube and to a bunch of different Twitch stuff. If you're watching this on YouTube, it gets us to our Twitch. A few places you can find our podcast. Our podcast is the Last Ones In podcast, where we talk about movies and stuff like that. Right now, as the time of this airing, all of our end of the year stuff is going up. So I believe it was today, day 4 went up today. Yes, day 4 went up today. Most hero and most character growth. So go check that out if you want. It's super fun. It's great times. What else? If you are watching the archive and you want to watch us live, every Wednesday and Saturday is when we do streams, or sometimes occasionally a mystery stream. We've done it like 2 or 3 times. It's very rare, but it happens. So, follow us on the things. If you're on YouTube, click the bell and the like button, whatever. I don't know how that really works. So subscribe or stuff. I don't fucking know. All right, everybody out there. Thank you so much for watching and chatting and hanging out. It's a good time. Talk to you again very, very soon. Have a good night. And Happy New Year. Bye.